Every movement begins with a question. For Citizen, Consumer and Civic Action Group, that question was straightforward. Who speaks for the ordinary citizen? Who stands up for those left powerless when systems fail? From its modest beginnings in 1985 as the Consumer Action Group, CAG has grown into a strong voice for accountability, a story of people coming together to defend rights, demand fairness, and drive meaningful change. In 1985, India's economy was opening, choices were growing, but so were the risks. Consumers had little voice, and civil courts were not very effective in handling the rising tide of complaints. Into this gap stepped the Consumer Action Group.
Consumer Action Group was kept very busy in its formative years. Physically, it was situated in a very small office. It was actually situated in a garage in the formative years, and it functioned from there. But what it lacked in space, it made up in enthusiasm of people associated.
In those early days, CAG was held together by the conviction of its people, ordinary citizens, but with extraordinary commitment.
I have many memories of those who have been in CAG, Govind Swaminathan, S. Gohan, S. L. Rao, Shamla Natraj, and one very significant memory of Tara Murli, whom we lost recently. She was an outstanding trustee. She held us together.
These were the people who gave CAG its backbone, ensuring that the organization was strong enough to take on its first major battles. CAG soon expanded its role beyond consumer issues, addressing broader questions of accountability and governance.
But I remember our first case, which we took to court sometime in the 80s, where we challenged a chief minister who was giving away land to somebody well known to him. It was a public park in North Madras to a friend of his, and we challenged it. And there was complete shock because, A, you're challenging a chief minister, and B, this is a consumer group, and everybody thought consumer groups are all about, products and pricing and yeah, we stopped that. We stopped that transfer.
And there are more such inspiring stories.
கடந்த வருடம் கிளைமேட் ஆக்ஷன் மந்த் தொடர்பாக தொல்காப்பியர் பூங்காவுக்கு சென்றிருந்தேன். அங்கே பொதுமக்கள் நடந்துட்டு இருந்தாங்க, குழந்தைங்களாம் விளையாடிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. அதை பார்க்கும்போது சிஏஜி வெற்றி தான் எனக்கு ஞாபகம் வந்தது. சிஏஜியோட இன்டர்வென்ஷன் இல்லைன்னா இந்த இடம் வெறும் கட்டிடமாக இருந்திருக்கும் அப்படின்னு நான் நினச்சேன். அந்த செயல் இயக்கத்தில் இது தொடர்பான செயல் இயக்கத்தில் நினைவில் நிற்கும் தாரா முரளி அவர்கள் மானிட்டரிங் கமிட்டி மெம்பராக இருந்தாங்க. இப்போது அது இயற்கையோட அந்த பார்க் இருக்கிறத பார்க்கும்போது ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சியாக இருந்தது எனக்கு.
But victories alone did not define CAG. Credibility had to be earned.
Initially, the suspicion was that Consumer Action Group was a front for vested interests. But then it was established that Consumer Action Group was a bona fide organization which was not acting as a front for any vested interests. Public respect for the institution increased, so also the workload.
By proving its integrity, CAG built the trust that allowed it to take on larger challenges and become a respected voice in governance. As India changed, So did CAG. Consumer grievances mattered, but the real struggle was larger. Citizens needed protection in everyday entitlements like electricity, health, environment, and mobility.
About 2 decades after its founding, it diversified from mere consumer interest to take on issues of planning, issues relating to protection of environment, issues relating to food safety at a macro level, and therefore it changed its name to Citizen, Consumer and Civic Action Group, which reflects the wide range of activities in which it is today involved.
So I think we are the citizen avenue, the avenue of citizen to governance, the avenue by which citizens can in fact contribute to governance.
More than a name change, it signaled CAG's evolution into a civic initiative, encouraging accountability and fairness throughout public life.
Presently, CAG works across diverse areas. While consumer protection remains at the core of our mission, our focus has evolved in step with the changing consumer landscape. We now address emerging issues such as e-commerce and digital financial services, advising and supporting consumers as they navigate these complex sectors. What's distinctive about our approach is that we haven't abandoned the old in pursuit of the new. Instead, we have built on the history and legacy. Our consumer help desk, a redressal platform for aggrieved consumers, has been continuously functioning since the inception of the organization in 1985. We also work extensively on electricity governance, creating awareness about consumer rights and enabling active participation in the decision making processes.
CAG's approach embraces the full spectrum of challenges facing citizens, turning concern into action and ideas into change.
You can see this in our work on road safety. It's an issue that affects every citizen every day. For many years now, we have worked with partners across India through the Road Safety Network, advocating for better policies. We are asking for stronger road safety action plans and more scientific speed management guidelines. These can reduce fatalities on our roads and make our cities and neighborhoods much, much safer. So, under the environment and climate action vertical, we also work extensively with the various government departments, the Department of Environment and Climate Change, Pollution Control Board, and the Wetland Mission.
CAG's work in these areas shows that change is not just about raising awareness, it's about taking action where it matters most. One critical area is solid waste management, where efforts to reduce and manage waste responsibly have a direct impact on communities and the environment.
CAG was instrumental in actually the introduction of the single-use plastic ban in Tamil Nadu, I would say. We were also knowledge partners to their officials and their conservancy workers on waste management. And we continue to engage with the schools, colleges, communities, RWAs on educating them on waste segregation and reducing waste generation basically.
Today, it takes up a whole range of issues, and the government today trusts the organization so much that CAG is part of many of the deliberative, consultative bodies.
No organization can change society alone. CAG's strength has always been in its partnerships with civil society, government allies, grassroots groups, and networks across India. Collaboration multiplies strength. CAG brings research and insight, partners bring trust and local reach. Together, they drive change where it matters most.
Using our on the ground contacts and helping building like-minded people, we developed our networks. We had built their expertise and then brought them to be part of this network, that you network to bring them into the fold of CAG's work. So they have the same level of knowledge and skills that CAG had gained over the years to enable us to talk to on equal terms.
Change is not only built in courtrooms and offices, it is built in classrooms and on campuses. CAG's work with young people ensures that future citizens grow up informed and empowered.
At CAG, we believe education is where dreams are turned into action. When young people are empowered with knowledge about climate change, when I say it is not just an abstract idea, but if they can understand how climate change shapes their lives, they become change makers in schools, in colleges, in families, and in communities. And this is the reason why we have decided climate education as one of the cornerstones of our work, whether it is through curricula or whether it is through eco club activities or whether it is through other hands-on activities. We are making the next generation live sustainably and lead with purpose. And through some of the activities, we have seen a school activity turn into a zero waste drive in a neighborhood, and also through different experiments that they do, we have seen the conversations around it had ripple effect into their families. Each of these steps may look small, but together they build a movement that will totally change the perspective of how we think and act on climate.
We have a lot of youngsters, and they have dreams, and they have energies, and we have this, the leadership and the solidity and the strength of the senior people, trustees, the director.
By engaging youth, CAG ensures that accountability and civic responsibility are passed on as living values, not just as history. Because for 40 years now, CAG has stood as a testament to persistence and partnerships. But this is not just a story of the past, it is a call to the future.
I often wonder, what does the future hold? I think I would like a CAG which retains the capacity to strike, which continues with its ability to collaborate, and looks at new things. Something that we haven't thought about all along, and may not even be thinking about now, but something which comes up in the future, an expansion of capacity.
It is no easy task for any organization to be in this field for more than 40 years. This could not have been possible without the commitment and the interests of the team, be it the existing team or the people who had worked with CAG earlier.
The path we've walked is proof of what conviction and collaboration can achieve. As we look ahead, our mission remains the same: to protect rights, strengthen communities, and create a fairer society for us all. With courage, collaboration, and citizen trust, CAG will continue to guard consumers and be the voice of citizens for decades to come. The journey ahead is just as vital as the 40 years behind us.